Thank you very much. Your classmates, our students, our new writers have been working very hard for about 8 weeks to create an original story that we know that you guys will love. And so we want to bring that to you as quickly as possible, but first we got to pass around some thanks. Thank you to the front office, Leslie Gardner and Veronica Campos, as always. Your teachers, Stephanie Flores, Dominic Folinara, and Greg Holman. And with all the support in the world, we graciously thank Casey Chabola, your principal. Thank you very much. And as always, we got back on this table right here, my cousin Philip Banks from Banks Family Tech. He's going to be doing the video, and we will have a YouTube link for you in about a week. And we also have a special treat. We have Pat Patterson's Best of California on site. He's doing a little travel news segment for his television show, which will be broadcast on cable, as well as Facebook and YouTube. So you might just be on TV. So we graciously thank Pat for coming. And one more thing. Does anybody know how do you get these stories to come alive? Actors! That's right, the best in LA! Thank you. Stage and screen big and small. Let's give them a hand. Thank you. All right, now, do we want to get this show started? Yeah. All right, let's bring them down. Let's bring down June. Let's bring down Savannah. Through Howe. Okay, you guys come on up. Come on up, here.
Okay, our story is called The Macaroon Quest. Dreams really do come true, but I got the pleasure of mentoring June and Savannah, and tell me how you girls came up with your story.
Well, I came up with the macaroon part because the night before Young Storytellers, I ate macaroons.
June, tell me what you liked about Young Storytellers.
I like coming up with new ideas.
Great, exactly. Awesome. All right. The Macaroon Quest. Dreams really do come true.
The Macaroon Quest. Exterior, Paris. Besties, Marianne, 21, brown hair. Mature, Jane, 23, brown hair. Fun! Are walking down the street in Paris, looking at bakery shop windows, and each are imagining owning their own macaroon bakery shop.
We should open our own macaroon bakery shop.
I was thinking the same thing. Let's look across the street at these shops.
The girls walk across the street and see a place they like. They see the landlord, Paul, 50-year-old balding, grumpy Frenchman, putting up a for sale sign.
Hi, how you doing?
I am busy. What do you want?
Well, this is for sale, so that's why we're here. We want to buy this and open up our own macaroon shop.
My guess is that this is out of your price range. For your information, it is $100,000. You are way premature to own a shop.
1 second, sir.
Jane pulls out the marionette aside to talk privately.
That is a brutal amount of money.
Well, we need to prove him wrong. How will we earn it?
I have an idea. Let's get a job in a restaurant in Nice.
They go back to port.
You will regret what you said. We will be back. Put this on hold.
Interior, Marionette and Jane's apartment next day. Marionette and Jane start applying for jobs in different restaurants and realize they have to make French cuisine, which they don't know how to make.
We went to school and we have bakery experience, but we don't know how to make French food.
We know how to use the tools. My mom was a chef, and she said that she could get trained in a restaurant.
Interior, bonjour, dans le restaurant de Nice 1 week later. Marionette and Jane are able to be hired at the same restaurant, and the first thing they have to learn how to make is escargot.
Ew, but I hate snails.
Well, you better get used to them, or else this is going to be a difficult time.
The girls learn how to make escargot and other French cuisine. After a few days, they both get promoted to dessert station, which is exactly what they want. After a long day of working, the girls head home. Interior, Marionette and Jane's apartment the next morning. Marionette wakes up at 6 a.m. and realizes that they slept through their 5 a.m. alarm. Marionette sits up in bed.
What time is it?
She looks at the clock and rips off her blanket.
Yeah, we gotta wake up. We have work at 6:30. It's our first day. We're gonna be late. We wanna make a good impression.
Jane pulls a pillow off her head and keeps on sleeping.
There's 5 more minutes.
Marionette pulls off Jane's blanket, pours cold water on her and shows her dipped on the phone.
What are you doing?
It's not the weekend. It is Monday, and we are late.
The girls both get ready and grab a taxi to the restaurant. Interior, Bonjour Numbers Restaurant, Nice, 6:31 a.m. The girls make it just in time to see Chef Pierre, a tall, typical Frenchman with a medium mustache, waiting for them.
One time is late at this restaurant, ladies. Welcome to the bakery section. Today, we are going to learn how to make crepes, fruit tarts, and eventually, souffle.
The girls follow Chef Pierre back to their stations. Interior, Bonjour Numbers Nice, Restaurant Nice 1 month later.
You girls are doing great. Let's try our special macarons and add it to you.
Later that day, an old lady, normal-looking old granny, comes to dine at the restaurant.
A table for one, please.
She drops her purse and Jane quickly helps her to the table.
Here, let me help you with that. And fix you up with a cup of tea and one of our special macarons. Macarons.
Jane drops off the tea and macaron and sees Marionette hanging up the phone.
I just got a call from Howe. He said he can't wait any longer and he's gonna sell the shop.
Oh no! What are we gonna do? We still need another month. I wonder if Paul can hold on to it if he tries to pay more.
The old lady overhears this and feels sorry for the girls. She finishes her food and pays her check and leaves.
Oh my gosh, Marionette! That old lady just left us $100,000 tip!
Sorry, Chef Pierre. We need to run an errand.
Marionette and Jane leave and go straight to Paul to buy the shop as the promised price. Interior, La Boom-Lengerie, 3 months later. Marionette and Jane are in their new bakery and there is a line out the door as their shop is doing great. They see the old lady coming to the shop.
Oh, wow. Oh, hi! We never got to thank you for your generous tip. I knew you had potential. I loved your macarons. And I have something special for you.
The old old lady pulls out a golden frame from her bag and hands the girls a Michelin star. Marionette and Jane smile.
Thank you! This is what our dreams we were little kids!
The girls then hug the old lady, and they all have happy tears falling down their face. The end.
Excellent story. Very good. All right, story number 2. Let me see. We have a story mentored by Michelle called The Rise of My Guy. You guys come on up.
How did you come up with this story?
So basically, we just thought of something out of our minds, something like random.
Oliver, how did you like Young Storytellers?
I thought it was a really fun experience.
Enjoy. Our story is called The Rise of My Guy. Don't underestimate the underdog.
The Rise of My Guy. Don't underestimate the underdog. Exterior, Central Volcano Island day. My guy, a regular dude with rosy pink sunburned skin and green hair, falls off a giant coconut tree. Oh! He climbs up a ladder and falls off the tree.
Oh, Charlie, I shouldn't have fell off the tree. I hope Vector didn't see me because I'm very, very clumsy.
Vector, a freckled-faced girl with 2 front buck teeth, appears from the house and walks toward the coconut tree. Her hair, covered with too much hair gel, is done up with double pigtails sticking straight into the air, and its tail ends shapely with puffy, crusty balls of hair.
Oh no, are you okay?
Standing over my guy underneath a tree, a coconut falls on Vector's head. She crashes to the ground and throws a tantrum on mute, silently punching through the dirt on the floor.
You're so clumsy. Why did you make this coconut fall on my head? Not gonna have a concussion. I am leaving you. I am going back inside to grab my PS5 so I can play Fortnite and I don't sound hungry.
Vector storms back to the house. My guy watches from the giant coconut tree as she drives his... As she drives his Dagger Turbo out of the garage. My guy hurriedly stumbles to pull himself up from the ground, quickly tries to run after her, but finds himself crippled by his torn ankle, half limping and half crawling on the ground, making his way towards the garage. My guy gets into his yellow Lamborghini 2000 and follows Vector to her destination. Exterior, Royal Palace of Volcano Kingdom, dusk. The infamous former overlord from Southern Volcanoes Island's solar company, Newbie, approaches the front gate on a flying throne chair shaped like a hideous dragon. As Newbie and Vector comes together, he meets eye to eye. An intensely blinding light forms a heart around them. My guy watches from his car in a distance and immediately gets grossed out at the sight of them.
This calls for revenge.
My guy squints his eyes for a closer look.
He looks awfully familiar.
Images of recent TikTok videos flashes through his mind. He enters an episode of Possessed Seizure, eyes rolled back and head aggressively vibrating as he recounts news stories cataloged within his memory.
Dewey, soon to be Crown Prince of Volcano Island.
Exterior Highway South Solar Colony dawn. After what seemed like 20 hours of endless driving on the road, my guy steps on his screeching car brakes to an abrupt stop. A sassy yet classy woman named Eclipse catches her eyes. She is practicing karate while wearing a fancy black dress embroidered with shiny stars, her messy hair spiked with twinkle starlights tangled together. Her light hair turns on and off in between punches, kicks, and strikes. My guy gets out of his yellow Lamborghini 2000 and poorly and embarrassingly follows each karate move beside Eclipse.
You're really bad at karate.
Could you be my girlfriend?
No! I don't like you. Plus, you're not good at karate. But you're also not very hot.
My guy runs toward a building across the street that's shaped like Japan's Toto bidet toilet. Interior karate bathroom day. Analingus, a funny-looking creature born upside down with blue skin and red hair who carries a funky scent, is sitting on a pristine toilet.
Your girlfriend left you for someone taller, stronger, wealthier, and more powerful. Eclipse rejects you and insults your karate skills. How does it feel? What can I say? You are such a loser.
My guy's sunburned skin. My guy's sunburned skin ignites with a warm glow of red light. His green hair spikes straight up, flaring with sparks of fire. He flushes Alingus down the toilet.
Womp womp! Looks like you're in the toilets now. Because I don't like the way you look.
My guy looks down the toilet hole. Underneath the toilet is a secret military base named Defense 26. This is the fortress of Volcano Island. There are soldiers that guard Volcano Island, and more soldiers for Earthquake Island. My guy flushes himself down the toilet, becoming Skibbity Toilet. Interior Defense 26 evening. My guy meets soldiers Jim, Tim, and Slim.
I'm Jim.
I'm Tim. I'm Slim.
It has come down to this. Please help me win over Eclipse Girl and destroy Vector and Newbie.
No problem. Yes, sir.
Exterior Battle Arena at Solar Colony Rooftop, 12 o'clock noon. The arena is shaped like a crescent moon. My guy and Defense 26 soldiers charge into the arena from the southern tip of the moon. Vector and Newbie, with their army, run in from the opposite end of the moon. Eclipse is sitting in the audience, seats floating on a spectacle of stars.
Charge! Charge! Charge!
Boys!
Surprise them from behind the hoverboard.
Don't forget to bring out your flying shield and lightning hammer.
When all else fails, ignite your rings of fire from the ground up and scorch the entire arena.
Yes! We shall not be defeated! Let's win the fight and end them!
One by one, Newbie's volcano army gets knocked out by the flying shield, zapped by the lightning hammer, and sent flying across space by the hoverboard. Vector and Newbie, stuck inside the rings of fire, slowly but surely get sucked underground and eventually dissipate into puddles of brown mixed vomit. Vector is hovering above liquid vomit. Newbie is also covered in vomit.
Help! Help! Please help me!
You guy, I will come out for you guys.
My guy watches in triumph with his celebratory soldiers chanting and cheering around him. He sees Eclipse up in the sky, giving him a standing ovation from her seat in the stars.
I've won my girl!
Interior karate bathroom evening. Eclipse uses the AirTag she has on her to program the toilet. The toilet begins to turn in circles, spinning faster and faster, close to 60,000 miles per hour, reverse flushing my guy up and out from Defense 26 underground fortress. Eclipse and my guy gaze lovingly into each other's eyes and holding hand in hand. My guy then gets down on one knee.
Will you be my forever girlfriend?
The end.
Here we go, you guys, come on. Great story. Stick about, there you go. Perfect, there we go. All right, very good. Story number 3. Let's get Sorvam up here. Sorvam Patel, please. We got Lucy and Emma coming up.
Hi everyone. I had the great pleasure of mentoring Emma and Lucy on their story, The Girl with the Brace. Emma, how did you come up with this idea?
We wanted to make it really relatable so the audience could understand what our main character was going through. We took it out of the head just built off of it.
And Lucy, what was your favorite part about Young Storytellers?
Just like getting to be creative with Emma.
Awesome. The Girl with the Brace, everyone.
Interior doctor's office, day. Doctor, older person, is looking at an x-ray.
It doesn't look broken, but it just looks like a bad sprain.
Mom, sitting, and Jade, tall 18-year-old high schooler wearing a track outfit, are in the office.
But I can still run, right?
It might take a while to heal. But with crutches, I'm thinking, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks.
But my track meet is next Thursday.
Well, if you use the crutches, stretch, and ice, you might be ready in 2 weeks.
You know what, Jade? It's fine. You shouldn't run at the track meet.
No, but I have to. The talent scout for Howe will be there, and I need that scholarship.
No, I know, but you need to put your health first.
Oh, I'm sure you don't need a scholarship at
Okay, well, how would you know, okay? You don't even know what you're talking about.
Jade! Don't speak to people like that.
Jade and Mom storm out of the doctor's office. Exterior track, next day. Students are warming up and getting ready for practice. Jade's friends, Kenzie, long curly blonde hair, wearing a fur coat, and Ashley, black frizzy hair, wearing a sweatshirt and jeans, sit together on a bench.
This sucks.
Do you really want to be able to compete next week?
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just have to compete with this sprained ankle. You sure? I don't really have a choice. I need that scholarship, and this is the only way I can go to Cal Poly.
You seriously can't run without the crutches?
Jade gets up from the bench and starts to run, but immediately falls over, grabbing her ankle.
I'll take that as a no.
Coach, a man, like 40s, runs over to Jade.
Why are you trying to run with a sprained ankle? You know you can't do that!
I don't know what I was doing. I don't know. It just...
We should probably get this tape up before it gets any worse.
Exterior, shop sidewalk, same day. Jade walks along the street when she sees a store window with an ankle brace in a nice new box. Interior, shop, continuous. Jade walks in and sees the shop owner, older creepy man, sitting by the register.
Welcome to the Denver, Colorado Medicine Store.
How much is that brace?
Oh, that? It's only $55.
Okay. You sure you can't give me a discount?
How about a $55 discount if you give me a great big smile?
Jane takes a beat and looks at him strangely. She gives him a quick smile before she quickly grabs the brace. Interior Jade's bedroom later that day. Jade skeptically looks at the brace box before removing it and putting it on her ankle.
That's an ankle.
Jade feels an overwhelming, tense sort of feeling rush over her. She's speechless.
Whoa. I'm speechless. I can walk again!
Jade takes the brace off and immediately collapses on her bed.
Wow, this is a really good brace.
Mom enters Jade's room, bringing her dinner.
I brought you dinner. I'm sorry you can't be at the brace. I know how disappointed you are. That's okay. Don't worry. I'm gonna run. You just sprained your ankle.
Jade slips on the brace and starts walking normally.
This is a prank, right? It's a miracle!
Mom raises her eyebrow.
Well, I got it for free at the shop down the street. Well, technically, I had to give a great big smile. Whatever you say.
Mom walks out of the room. Exterior track next day. Multiple athletes stretching on the track, gearing up for the big race. The announcer calls out for the big next race. Runners for the next race, please get to the starting line. Jade, ready at the starting line, puts on her brace.
All right, let's do this.
Start when you hear the horn. 3, 2, 1, Running montage with all the runners. Kenzie and Ashley cheer for Jade in the back. It's an intense race with the other schools in the lead. Jade starts to fall behind. She quickly tightens her brace mid-stride and gets an extra boost, crossing the finish line in first. The crowd goes wild. Jade runs over to her mom, Kenzie, and Ashley to celebrate. College scout walks over.
Jade, would you like to come run at Cal Poly on an all-expenses paid scholarship?
Yes! Yeah!
Mom Kigley and Ashley join for a great big hug. The end. What an exciting story. Give them a hand. Lucy and Emma. Good job, you guys. All right, story number 4, mentored by Safa. Come on up.
Just a quick question. Anyone here from Sony? Okay, quick question. Do you guys have an action franchise? I can't think of one. Do you have one? Spider-Man? I thought that was Marvel. Oh. Okay, well that might change. There might be another one. So working with Wyatt, and also he is unfortunately not here, but Floyd. It was a weekly exercise in the importance of collaboration and how important collaboration is to the writing process. These two were constantly bouncing ideas off each other, sometimes questioning each other's ideas, sometimes building off of them, and what they created was something that I think was so much better as a collaborative project than it would have been as something solo. So, Wyatt, you were the one who initially came up with this whole idea of Jaguar Piranha Man. What made you think of it?
Probably because when my dad took me to the Santa Barbara Zoo, we saw piranhas, and yeah.
And where did the jaguar come in? I just added it. And what was your favorite part of this whole writing process?
Getting to work with Floyd.
They were a very good team. So with that, we bring you Jaguar, actually Sony's next franchise that has yet to be discovered, Jaguar Piranha Man, at Part 1, episode, The Legend of the Scale.
Interior, Jungle Hospital Day. A very natural looking place. Trees surround, aerial rooms hang from the vines. The hospital itself is a hut made out of twigs and small logs. It is big enough to hold 3 beds. Title over 15 years ago. A baby's cry pierces through. Several people huddle start to break away, revealing a baby Jaguar Piranha Man, who was just born. We're also going to call him JPM throughout the script. He has the body of a jaguar with the face of a piranha. His feet are webbed, and he's covered in gills and fur. Out of the huddle, JPM's father, Moray, steps forward, breaking a scale off his body and handing it to the baby.
This is special. Take care of it.
JPM takes the scale, trying to figure out what it is.
Do not play with it.
Interior, Jaguar Jungle Den Day. 15 years later, teenage Jaguar Piranha Man sits on his bed playing with the scale. He tosses it in the air and it hits him on the head. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a dart pierces through the air and hits JPM in the neck. He starts to stumble and realizes he's been tranquilized. Ninja frogs break in from every window and also breaking down the doors. It's a complete ambush. As he falls to the ground, his vision completely blurred, he makes out vague shapes approaching him. Exterior, Jaguar Jungle Den Day. As quickly as they broke in, the ninja frogs leave. Some on foot, some on motorcycles, some on giant tank that's commandeered by the fattest from all of them all. A ninja frog jumps up to him, hands him a bag, and the tank takes off. Interior, Jaguar Jungle Den Day. JPM, knocked out for an hour, starts to wake up. He assesses the damage all around him, and that's when he realizes his dad's scale is missing! Exterior, Jaguar Jungle Den Day. JPM runs outside and sees the muddy tank tracks. Not just the tracks, also trees are knocked down and branches are broken off. He stands there, alone, confused. He pulls the dart out of his neck and looks at it. On it is an inscription, property of ninja frogs.
Poison Dart Man.
Title card, Jaguar Piranha Man, Legend of the Scale. Exterior Jungle Day. JPM runs through the trees, following the tracks. There are so many. Frog footprints, tire tread marks. Suddenly the tracks stop. JPM stops running, panting and catching his breath. He looks around and finds himself at the top of a slope surrounding what appears to be a lake. JPM looks down into the lake, but his paw slips, and suddenly he's getting sucked into the bank. It's quicksand! JPM struggles to swim through, but he's stuck. Quickly, he grabs a nearby vine and starts trying to pull himself out. Only it's not a vine, it's the tail of a napping anaconda named Edward. Edward wakes up and snaps into action, pulling JPM out of the quicksand and safely onto the firm ground. JPM coughs and struggles to catch his breath. Edward speaks with a cowboy accent.
Hey, buddy. My name's Edward. Who might you be?
But JPM doesn't answer. Instead, he bumps it into the dense forest.
I was just trying to help the guy. Well, I'll be. That habit, if everyone thinks I should be mean, well, maybe then I will be.
Edward then starts taking off after JPM. They're whizzing through the tree canopy, up branches, down tree trunks, past monkey and sloths that happen to be hanging around. JPM takes a sharp turn, but Edward isn't far behind. But there's a tree right in front of him. So JPM takes a step to the side. Edward is coming so fast he doesn't see the tree dead ahead, and suddenly he's wrapping himself around it. JPM takes the 2 ends of the snake and ties them into a neat bow.
Well, I'll be.
The tree falls over, wedging Edward between the trunk and the ground. Edward shakes his head and then goes back to napping. JPM saunters away. Exterior, Temple of the Amphibians, night. JPM approaches the temple, but as he stays hidden in the trees, from above he can see a massive complex. Amphibian statues and looming torches line the pathway to the door, where Big Spotty is sleeping. JPM climbs down the tree and stealthily approaches. He's too busy trying to keep quiet. He doesn't realize that the ground is lined with pressure triggers. He steps on one, and suddenly all the torches blow out. Whoosh! It's pitch black. The statues turn toward him, open their mouths, and let out a blood-curdling scream in unison. The scream stops. A water drop falls. Boop, and then another. Boop, 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 then another. Boop, boop, boop. With each drop, there's a flash of candlelight. Not too bright, just to know something's going on. But he can't see what it is. The water drops pick up pace, and it starts to rain. Soon, something lights up, but it's not the candles. JPM looks around, and he's surrounded by hundreds of glowing frogs. As far as his eye can see, in front, Big Spotty towers over JPM, his bright white eyes piercing through the dark.
Looking for something?
JPM just stares at him. Big Spotty lets out a bellowing laugh.
If you want the scale, you'll have to go through me.
Big Spotty pounds his fist against his chest twice. The other frogs charge towards JPM and pile on top of him. It looks like all hope is lost. But then the pile starts to move, and JPM emerges, wriggling his way out. A dart flies his way, and he catches it. When he turns, he sees Big Spotty on top of the pile of frogs. JPM puts the dart in his mouth and blows it out. It hits Big Spotty, and he falls. The pile under him flattens, and the other frogs think he's JPM, so they start piling on Big Spotty. He frantically tries to pull them off his face.
Get off of me now!
JPM takes advantage of the commotion, and he slips past the entrance of the temple and slams the doors behind him. Interior, Temple of the Amphibians, night. JPM turns around and finds himself in a room full of lush greenery. Vines hang down, each one covered in leaves. Yellow bricks leads and border around a large platform. The platform is a well full of water, with underwater tunnels extending from it in every direction. A bridge spans over the well, leading to 3 huge frog statues that tower over. In the middle, we see the statue of Poison Dart Man. On his leg, there's an imprint of a 4-toed frog hand to fit in and activate. JPM sticks his paw in the center, and the statue's legs open up to reveal another deep room. Interior, Poison Dart Man statue, night. JPM enters into the statue. A gold and red carpet leads directly to a throne. In it sits Poison Dart Man. He's wearing a crown with a gold frog heads engraved all around, and behind each head there's a spike that sticks out. JPM walks down the carpet. Poison Dart Man watches him and laughs.
I've been expecting you. But I wasn't expecting you to look like that!
My name is Jaguar, Piranha Man. How else am I supposed to look?
JPM notices Poison Dart Man fidgeting with something in his hand. It looks familiar.
Give that back, or you won't want to know what I'll do.
Try.
JPM whips out the dart gun to blow a dart at Poison Dart Man, but nothing comes out.
You should have checked your ammunition before coming in.
Poison Dart Man flicks his long tongue out and grabs the dart gun out of JPM's hands. Just as fast, he flicks his tongue again and slams JPM against the wall. Unfazed, JPM jumps up and runs full sprint at Poison Dart Man. The frog flicks his tongue out again, but this time JPM grabs it at the tip and flings Poison Dart Man across the floor. The scale knocks out of Poison Dart Man's hand. JPM sees it, but so does Poison Dart Man. JPM leaps toward the scale, but when he's mid-air, Poison Dart Man flicks his tongue again and knocks him down. Now Poison Dart Man closes in on the scale, but JPM jumps on top of him. Another flick, and Poison Dart Man uses his tongue to tie JPM's arms behind him. With nothing else to do, JPM bites Poison Dart Man in the arm. Poison screams in pain and bucks JPM off his back. Poison Dart Man withers on the floor in pain, but he's also laughing in between his cries. And he says,
Remember, I'm Poison Dart Frog.
JPM's army crawls towards the scale, but it's almost too late. He can feel the poison take effect. And with each crawl, he's moving slower and slower. His vision starts to get blurry, and he grabs the scale just before he passes out. A beat passes. The scale starts to light up, dim at first, and then in every color imaginable, a kaleidoscope of light flashes all around. JPM slowly opens his eyes. He looks around, then jumps on his feet.
So this is why you stole it from me!
You didn't know?
No! My dad gave it to me. I just wanted it back.
With the scale in his paw, JPM soars to the ceiling and smashes a hole. Light streams in from outside. JPM leaps out through the hole. But the hole causes fissures and deep cracks, and as soon as JPM leaves, the entire structure begins to rumble. And with a crash, it comes falling down. Exterior jungle day. JPM, Jaguar Piranha Man leaps through the trees. Interior Jaguar jungle day. JPM jumps in. He sets the scale on his nightstand, and then he looks around and sees the mess left by the ninja frogs. He sighs in disappointment.
Oh, this place needs a cleaning.
Cut to black. Roll above the line credits. Title card, Jaguar Piranha Man, Legend of the Scale. Interior, Temple of the Amphibians Day. An arm extends out of the rubble. It grabs onto a brick, and we see Big Spotty jump out.
We're not finished here.
Cut to black. Roll rest of credits. The end.
Take them out, young man. Very good. Wonderful story. All right, number 5 in our last story, the Anchovy Wars. Can we see Taylor Burnett up here?
Hello, my name is Taylor. I had the honor of mentoring Cooper and Emily. All right, how'd you guys come up with the story?
Well, we kind of wanted something with Star Wars and something ridiculous. So there you go.
Awesome, Emily. What was your favorite part of Young Storytellers?
It was just like really fun. It was a really fun experience, and I loved all the kids that were the
Awesome. Without further ado, the Anchovy Wars. Hold the pepperoni.
Interior, beach bungalow, night. Mark, 29 years old, sits with Margaret, 27 years old, on the couch eating pizza and watching Jeopardy! Steve, the dog, sleeps on the ground near their feet. The married couple enjoys each other's company, but something seems off.
Man, we should have gotten anchovies.
Oh, I told you that I don't like anchovies. I thought you knew everything about me.
Okay. Well, how about next time we get anchovies on my side?
Better.
Suddenly, a blinding light shines through the window.
I told you to close the blinds.
Shouldn't be that bright. The sun went down an hour ago.
Mark walks towards the window. He opens the blinds and sees a spaceship hovering in the sky above.
Margaret, I think you should come over here.
Margaret slouches and shuffles her feet as she walks over to Mark.
What is it?
Steve trots over to join Mark and Margaret. He whines and Margaret drops her pizza. The family of 3 marvels at the spaceship above. Interior, Bob Mack spaceship, night. Bob Mack, the leader of the spaceship, looks down from the cockpit. He has 4 arms, a skull head, and stands at 7 feet 8 inches tall. Bob Mack tries his best to be cool. He fails horribly at this test. The door creaks open. Kobe, Toby, Roby, and Stuart enter the cockpit.
The plan is working perfectly.
We'll work together on my plan.
Quiet!
Wait, what is the plan again?
Oh, do I have to tell you the plan every single day and night?
No one laughs at the joke.
That was an awful joke. Quiet! The plan is that we are going to take over Earth, destroy it, except for the ketchup and anchovies, because we like that.
Wait, are we just we're just going to Earth for ketchup and anchovies?
Well, of course we are. Earth is the only planet in the universe to have these precious materials. We have aliens, and look what happened to them. Those who don't give us what we want get obliterated.
What happens again?
Oh, they get obliterated!
Bob Mac screams and crashes out like never before.
Ah!
Interior, beach bungalow, sunset. Mark, Margaret, and Steve gather around the kitchen table and begin discussing their plan to stop the alien invasion.
Okay, so I feel like we're gonna have like a big fight once we get to the spaceship. I don't know, I just had like this twitchy feeling. Maybe I just had too much pizza.
I don't know. I have a twitchy feeling too. Let's get back to the plan.
Margaret laughs and starts to get serious about the plan.
Alright! Let's get down to the lab. We're gonna do the spaceship, because why not?
Mark, Margaret, and Steve make their way down to the science bunker located in the basement of their bungalow.
The plan is simple. First, we build a spaceship. Then, we go to the other spaceship, then we find the control panel that blocks the sun. Then we party with anchovy pizza and watch Jeopardy until we die.
Okay, first of all, what? Second of all, do you promise only anchovies on your side? And lastly, do you have to die watching Jeopardy?
Anchovies for all! As for Jeopardy, we can change it to the back.
Deal. Okay. Alright, we have to focus if we're gonna build like an entire spaceship in 20 minutes, preferably less.
Begin fast montage of Mark and Margaret building their spaceship while Steve follows their every move. The Indiana Jones theme song plays in the background. After a few moments, they take a step back and admire the spaceship that they built.
Well, that's done. What next?
Oh, well, we have to name it. What about anchovies or foul?
Ouch! That seems personal. Let's go with anchovies are art, are for all.
Let's name it Steve.
Steve, like our dog.
Steve isn't just a dog. He is our only child.
Steve looks at Mark with curious eyes and whines.
Steve it is. Now, here we go.
Sure, it's your plan.
Mark and Margaret grab their lightsabers and board the Steve. Steve, the dog, trots over to join them and bumps into the radioactive slime material. With the whole family, plus Steve, on board the spaceship, they begin their takeoff into space. Exterior, Bob Mac's spaceship, night. Moving at the speed of light, the Steve approaches Bob Mac's spaceship.
I did like a scan of their spaceship, and we should enter through the back door.
Great plan. Except for one big problem. Where exactly is the back door?
Why do you doubt me? Oh, trust the process.
Mark, Margaret, and Steve begin to make their way to the back door of the spaceship.
What is that? Ouch, dog.
Wait,
what is that? What is it?
Well, duh, it has a welcome mat.
Mark and Margaret, with their lightsabers in hand, sneak into the spaceship through the back door. Now in the cockpit, they come face to face with Bob Mac and company, Kobe, Roby, Toby, and Stuart.
Attack the intruders!
No one moves. They all stare at each other for what feels like a solid minute.
Oh, wait! Are you talking to us? Like, should we attack right now? Or can you wait?
I could attack them next Saturday if that works for you.
Yeah, that works for me too.
Attack them as instant!
Kobe, Toby, Roby, and Stuart run towards Mark and Margaret. At the last second, Mark pulls the lever to his right. A trapdoor swallows Kobe, Toby, Roby, and Stuart instantly.
Wait, you knew that was there?
Sure aren't the only person who did a scan of the spaceship.
I guess I have to do everything myself.
Bob Mack activates all 4 of his lightsabers and sprints towards Mark and Margaret. Almost reaching them, Mark and Margaret brace for war. Right before their certain death, Steve, who has turned into a human, pulls another lever, causing Bob Mack to fall into the abyss.
Is that our dog?
Yeah, it is. Steve! Your family dog turned human.
Well, it looks like we have a son.
Mark and Margaret make their way back to their spaceship.
So do I have to save the world?
Steve turns off the button and light is restored on Earth. Interior beach bungalow, day. Mark, Margaret, and Steve sit on the couch and watch The Bachelor. All is right in the universe now. They sit back and relax and enjoy each other's company.
Do you want this slice? It has extra anchovies.
Sure, I'll try it.
Margaret hesitantly takes a slice of the anchovy pizza. She chews in silence and announces her verdict.
Actually, it's pretty good.
The end.
Let's have all of our regular subjects right here. On the red carpet. On the red carpet, everybody up here. Wonderful job, guys. Wonderful job, take it out. Very good. Let's put our writers right here. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. We will see you in the fall. Thank you so much. Thank you, Phil. Thanks to Bill Patterson as well. And all of our members of the